Welcome back, Ride Nati, Ride Los Angeles. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a powerful, untold chapter of American history, the story of the Blackmotorcycleset. This isn't just about riding, it's about freedom, innovation, and defiance in the face of systemic adversity. We're talking about the pioneers who built a culture on two wheels, starting right after World War II. A legacy that continues to rumble beneath the surface of mainstream history. The African American motorcycle movement really started gaining traction in the late 1940s, right after the dust settled from World War II. Now, think about the atmosphere of that time. Returning black servicemen and women had fought valiantly for democracy overseas, only to return home to entrenched segregation, prejudice, and denial of basic rights. For many black men, especially those who had experienced the thrill of flight, the motorcycle became more than just transportation. It was therapy. Imagine the Tuskegee Airmen, highly skilled, courageous black pilots who were instrumental in protecting bomber crews over Europe. They were masters of the air. Accustomed to the raw power and exhilaration of flying Pt.1 Mustangs, but segregation laws often denied them the opportunity to continue using those highly specialized skills in civilian life or even in the military hierarchy they deserved. They had experienced the ultimate wind therapy at 30,000 feet, and suddenly they were grounded. So where did they turn? Well, at that time, the closest machine to it would be a motorcycle. A ride on a Harley or an Indian was the closest they could get to the feeling of flying those Mustangs again. It was about speed, freedom, and the wind in their faces, a physical manifestation to the freedom they were denied in so many other aspects of their lives. The bike became a substitute cockpit, a symbol of retained personal power in a world trying hard to marginalize them. Economically, motorcycles were much more accessible right after the war. There was an abundance of used military surplus bikes, and compared to buying a new car, they were relatively cheap. But even this simple purchase was fraught with racial obstacles. Many dealers straight up refused to sell motorcycles to black customers, echoing the housing and loan discrimination of the era. If they managed to buy a bike, they often had to pay inflated prices or go through back channels. For those early black riders, simply being on the road posed a constant physical risk. Cruising down the highway in a group of black riders was often seen as inherently suspicious, a challenge to the established racial order, especially in the segregated South and even in many parts of the North. Law enforcement interactions were often aggressive and dangerous. To mitigate this, a fascinating and often overlooked strategy emerged. Black motorcycle riders often dressed like police officers. This wasn't about impersonation. It was about survival by wearing crisp uniforms, neat boots, and sometimes even side caps, a look often referred to as military dress. They projected an image of respectability, discipline, and authority. This choice served as a fragile shield, offering a slim chance that they might not be stopped, harassed, or wrongly accused while riding their own machines. They had to perform professionalism just to enjoy a pastime. This historical detail underscores the intense pressure and systemic racism they navigated just to ride free. But despite the immense pressure, the culture flourished, giving rise to legendary figures whose stories deserve to be shouted from the mountaintops, like none other than Bessie Stringfield. She started riding when she was only 16 and had never had any prior experience on a motorcycle before. Now we need to shift gears and talk about the intersection of black motorcycle culture and Hollywood, which the culture owes a massive debt to these two icons. Cliff Soniva, who was the black filmmaker to give us the movie Easy Rider. That leads us over to the iconic Captain America chopper and the Billy bike. They are the handiwork of another crucial black figure, Benjamin F. Hardy. Hardy was an absolute master craftsman, setting the aesthetic standard for motorcycle customization for decades. The legacy of these black riders, mechanics, and pioneers is still today profound. Their contributions shaped American motorcycling culture fundamentally. They didn't just ride. They built communities, fought prejudice, and carved out spaces of self-determination where none were officially offered. They demonstrated resilience, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to personal freedom, often at great risk. The next time you see a chopper, feel the wind on a bike, or hear the roar of a V-twin engine, remember these names: Bessie Stringfield, Cliff Sonyvaugh, and Benjamin F. Hardy. They are integral parts of the rich, complicated tapestry of American motorcycle history, and we will be taking a deeper look into these icons individually in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much for riding along with us today and learning about this incredible history. If you learned something new, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend. Until next time, ride safe, stay nutty, and we'll catch you on the next ride.